Christmas in Trinidad would never be complete without a nice cold glass of sorrel. The only problem is around Christmas time, sorrel becomes super expensive in the markets. But have no fear, in this video I'm going to show you how to grow your own sorrel in containers right at home, 100% organic, super simple, affordable, in 5 super easy steps. Hello everyone, thank you all so much for joining in. This is Dylan from the Trini Gardener channel and I'm super excited for this video because it's one of my favorite times of the year, Christmas time. And Christmas time is a time for good food, good company, and of course sorrel, which you can actually grow in containers. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that 100% organic, super easy, affordable in just 5 simple steps. Let's get going. Now, sorrel, also known as Rosella, is generally grown in Trinidad for Christmas time. That's the time it's really popular in Trinidad, but more and more people are getting into the habit of having sorrel year-round, and we have many different drinks now that are sorrel flavored. But in most parts of the world, sorrel is used year-round for just no particular event, and it's even made into jams and jellies, and it's really delicious, and it's something that I think we should all start enjoying more because it's so nice. It's such a versatile tree, and it's so easy to grow. The first thing that you're going to need is a container. This is a 5-gallon bucket, right? An old recycled paint bucket that we used. You want to make sure that you put drainage holes into your bucket. We didn't bother to put drainage holes here because there is a huge crack at the bottom when we were working on it. So we didn't need to put drainage holes here, but you need to make sure in your container that you put drainage holes. Either you can use a drill or you can use a hot knife and put the holes at the bottom of your bucket to make sure that the water that you water your plants with or from the rain goes through the soil eventually and drains out so it doesn't remain and get waterlogged, because that will cause your roots to rot. Second step is going to be preparing the soil that we're going to be growing our sorrel or Rosella in. So come in close and let me show you what we're working with here. Inside of the wheelbarrow, I have a mixture of garden soil and compost. So you're going to see a lot of chunks, broken down pieces of wood and that kind of thing. That's completely fine. In addition, I want to show you all this. This is basically some an old tree. I think it was an immortal tree. And this, believe it or not, is compost, right? You think, okay, this is a big piece of wood. But if you squeeze this apart, look at this. So that means that the entire process of breaking it down has already happened. And right now, this is going to add a lot of habitat for microorganisms to come in and live, right? So it's going to encourage an entire food chain in my container here, which is so important because these organisms are what break down nutrients that's available in the soil and make it available to the plants. All right, so it's very important to have that. Okay, into this mix, however, I'm going to add a few things just to make sure that it's nice and perfect for my sorrel plants, right? So for instance, I'm going to add a little mix here with some peat moss, some animal manure, and some vermiculite, right? That will add, and some perlite as well. That's these little white dots that you're seeing there, right? And those are nice little pockets of air into the soil itself, right? Which is important for the roots to grow and also for microorganisms to thrive inside of the container. Next, I'm going to add just a little bit more, right? Just a little bit more peat moss, pure peat moss with the perlite and the vermiculite, right? And this next ingredient is very optional, but I really like to add it to all my plants, and this is called worm castings, right? Basically, it's manure from worms, right? Worm droppings, really good source of nitrogen, as well as adding really good nutrition that microorganisms like to live in and to eat, consume, and eventually poop out in a way that our plants can use them. And the very last thing that you all have already seen on my channel is this organic fertilizer, which not only has NPK, but it also has actual spores of microorganisms that's going to help boost the habitat inside of my container. So even though I'm growing in a container, I'm getting all the nutrition that I need, as well as catering for things like drainage, as well as catering for things like airflow. Okay, so I'm going to fill the mix into our container now. I know I could use a shovel for this, make it easier, but I just really like the connection with nature, putting your hands in soil. All of this is part of the therapy of gardening. Remember, if you have delicate hands, you really should use your gloves when you're doing this kind of thing here, because the little bits of wood chips could probably hurt you. So just be careful, all right? Okay, so we're going to plant in our sorrel plant now. This seedling here was started around 6 weeks ago. Left it a little bit too long inside of the cup here. So it's a bit overgrown. It's a bit root bound, but it's completely fine. So it's coming close and see how we're going to plant it in here. All right. So you can see that the root structure is really developed, right? And the good thing about sorrel that makes it really hardy is that it has a really big taproot, a really strong taproot. Right, so I'm just going to dig the hole enough to just plant the bulb of roots. Right, you don't want to plant it too deep. So just around there, and it's going to fill it around the sides. Right, molding it. As you can probably tell, I moistened the soil. The soil has been pre-moistened, so you don't need to water it afterwards. But if you didn't pre-moist your soil, make sure that you give it a nice drink of water so you can start growing in this mix that we have here. Now, sunlight is crucial for growing good sorrel plants. In Trinidad, we don't have much of an issue with that because we get sun year-round. And you want to make sure that you put your sorrel, even if you are in Trinidad, you need to pay attention to this. Put your sorrel somewhere where you can get minimum, absolutely minimum, 6 hours direct sunlight. And if you live in a temperate country where you have like winter and you have the seasons, you want to make sure that your growing season allows you at least 12 to 16 weeks of temperatures around 25 degrees Celsius, so around like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, to make sure that your plant has enough time to grow to full maturity. All right, so look, calculate, track back from the estimated date of your first frost, and hopefully you can get around 12 to 16, push for 16 weeks of good weather where it'll be around that nice 80 to 100 degrees and even above. It's going to be perfect for growing your good sorrel. I really cannot stress how important it is to have good direct sunlight on your sorrel trees to produce these nice dark rich buds that'll just bursting with flavor. You need to have the energy from the sun, that photosynthesis, to produce those nice deep dark colors. And lastly, with regards to watering, you want to water your sorrel plant once every 2 to 3 days. You don't want it to become too waterlogged, but at the same time, you need to monitor it because, for instance, if the weather is, pretty gray and you have a lot of rain, then you don't need to water your plant because you don't want it to be too waterlogged, but you don't want it to go entirely dry on you either. All right. So in general, if the sun is really hot and it's really dry, every 2 days, 2 to 3 days should be fine. If it's fairly rainy, then don't water them at all. All right. And allow your plant enough time to let that soil absorb enough water but not become waterlogged, and let that water drain out before you put more water onto the plant. And a good idea is just to put your finger down about an inch into the soil, because sometimes the top looks a little bit crusty and dry. But if you put your finger down into the soil and you feel that it's fairly cool and you can feel a little bit of moisture down there, then don't water your plants. It's all about listening to your plants. And if you really do see your leaves starting to droop on you, like for instance this leaf here is nice and perky, so I know this doesn't need water. I haven't watered these plants in days actually, and we had some rain 2 days ago, so I didn't water it in the past 2 days, 2.5 days, and still, there's the top here looks fairly dry, but underneath, obviously, this plant is telling me that it doesn't need any water. If it starts to droop a little bit, if I see a little bit of wrinkliness and drooping, then I know it needs some water. So I'll listen to my plant and give it water at that point. And that's how simple it is to grow your own sorrel at home in a container. Anyone can do this. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and more importantly, I hope that you learned something from this video. Remember to follow us on Instagram If you want to see more things coming out of the Trinity Gardener channel, some pictures of Sorrel even coming out within the next week or two, and videos you put out every week, and tag us also on Instagram if you want us to see the nice produce going on in your garden. We always love to see that. Love to see people getting up and getting growing. Remember, if you know someone who could benefit from this information, share this video with them to encourage them to get up and get growing. Once again, this has been Dylan from the Trinity Gardener channel, reminding you to get up and get growing. Take care. And you're going to know that your sorrel is ready to be picked because it's going to go through the 4 steps of being ready. You're going to see a bud. That bud is going to bloom into a flower. You're going to see the flower open up nice and pretty, and then it's going to close in, and then that's what you're going to be left with right here. All right, these are perfectly matured sorrel produce. Right, I'm going to pick out one for you. Right, so you pretty much have these petals, and you're going to want to remove these sort of thorns, right? And then put your finger in, and then these petals here, this is what your actual sorrel is that you'll eventually boil and make your drinks and your different products with. All right,